Welcome to Pastrana Land. We got Nate Wessel. Every other day of the year, you've been working your butt off. What are you doing today, sir?
I feel like I'm finally on break time and I actually get to have some fun today and drive, but it's also learning time, and I'm around some of the best drivers in Nitrocross right now, so I'm gonna take that opportunity to get in these vehicles and learn.
So last year, I made the mistake of betting this man $1,000 that he wouldn't make podium, because let's face it, every driver thinks that they can drive, and most of them can't. We have Banksy over here, and
you thought I was full of it, man, but I'm telling you, some Yokohama's hooking up.
$1,000 if he gets the podium here. Look at Banksy smacking himself on the head right there. He has like 2 weeks of time in a Can-Am. Just goes to show you he found his own sponsors. Kanan Baker's the fastest one, but usually does not get off the start very well. Let's see how Sorensen, if he can get over on him right here. Sorensen gets the lead.
He did.
And all of these spec series, someone like Banksy sitting second, he's like, I'm the greatest driver. I'm awesome. I can do this. Oh, here we go. Kanan, go to the inside. Oh, what a hit.
Still leading the pack. As you said, Banksy, there we go. Brandon Sorensen gets the victory. Banksy sits in second. Sorry, Travis.
3, 2, 1, Gray Leadbetter, Hovey, and Brandon Sorensen.
20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 40, 60, 80, 20, 40, 60, 80, 20, 40, 60, 85. I hope it all blows away. 20, 40, 60, 80. Get it quick, girls. 40, 60,
Dad, why are you
80,
doing this?
8,
You realize
20,
we're not getting it back,
40,
right?
60, 89.
We'll give you half.
I think we were both just hustled.
so this redneck over here can really drive. So he's gonna be in this championship this year, and that provoked a whole bunch of people that no longer believe me that they can't drive. So this man over here, Nate Wessel, believes that he's the next best thing since sliced bread.
I have never said that once.
And
Better than sliced bread? That's a pretty low bar.
It's a pretty low bar.
I'd say you're toast at least.
Might be.
So a couple weeks back, we decided to take Nate down to Florida to the Moto Sandbox. The goal was that there's less trees and it's probably a safer environment to learn. So we got Banksy and Gray out to show them how it was done. Nate Wessel he's been such a huge part of anything cool that's ever happened pretty much in my life and most action sports lives, building X Games courses and Red Bull courses and all the stuff at Pastrana Land, stuff that can't be built, it can't be done. We go to Wessel, and it was so cool seeing him go to Rally Ready, and Texas Dave gave you the opportunity to drive, and the smile I saw on this man's face, he's like, I always wanted to drive. So that's what we're kind of doing this year. It's like, hey, let's get Nate, he's still working, 20 hours a day on everything else, but like, let's go drive. And Maryland has a lot of trees. We wanted to try the new Maverick R Can-Am, and it's just, there's a lot of trees there. So this one's got 6 miles because we usually use the 64-inch Can-Ams for the Maryland trails. And we're gonna teach this guy how to drive a Can-Am so we can kick some butt. By say we, you,
Seat time.
in Nitrocross coming up in a couple months, so it's gonna be fun. All right, in general, and this is a motocross track with the Can-Am, so maybe not the best, but 1 second a mile is your barrier of entry. If in 1 day of driving, you cannot be within 1 second a mile, or basically a second a minute, you're probably never gonna be a driver. Now everyone's like, oh, I was like a second off, that's good. You and 3/4 of the human beings around the world that are rednecks that have driven anything could be about a second a mile on day 1. Every 1/10 of a second from that gets exponentially harder. So if you look at Nitrocross, for example, the entire field at Nitrocross will run within 7/10 of a second. So that's approximately 2.5 miles, 7/10 first to last. The top 3, every single round on this year Nitrocross in the Group E class has been within a 10th during your 1 lap qualifying. And that's 1 lap. You don't get to make any mistakes. You go out and you have 1 chance.
Well, this is a moment where the youngsters, Gray's like 19, Banks is 21, 22. They get to teach the old fellas, so it was pretty good. To get some driving instructions from someone about half your age is always an interesting experience. Trav's not a good teacher, he's not good at explaining the basics. Trav can talk to him about the finer like control and the more technical things, but Trav cannot cover basics. So we bring in the kids for that.
that being your first lap out today, it looked really good. As we said earlier, the ruts are slot cars, so there's really not much you can do. And there's no jumps on this track, so again, that's like one of the big aspects in racing. So you go off the jump right here, and then you turn left and turn right and then turn left again. And you're doing really good. It's just straightening it up.
So I'm coming in too early, like hugging the inside.
Yeah,
and
you're getting up on the berm and it's lifting it up.
Gotcha.
So just keeping it more flat and then going around the right. So making it around that and then going out wider to open it up to make more of a run. Because you're just hugging it really tight and it's killing speed.
Okay.
Right there.
I've never had instruction in my life on most stuff, I think, you know, it's crazy, like especially like driving. This is the first time right here having any type of instruction, so I'm stoked. Good.
Felt a lot faster, and it looked from the inside of the car, it looked a lot faster. It's difficult because when it's sand, it changes so much, because we're not necessarily trying to teach you to drive this track, we're trying to teach you how to drive.
Yeah.
So I told you to widen it up and to make it straight in that one turn, and you did exactly that. And with the ruts, you don't want to be always against the berm. You want to sometimes learn to be able to put your front tires in it and the outside or the rear tires on the outside of it.
That's almost what I did in the second part of turn one, which I didn't know. Like, so I went wide coming into it, and then I was able to kind of pitch it and get it the other direction for the next turn. I don't know if that was right or not.
The car pushed a little bit. I mean, you went through and then you went, so you got the rear tires outside of the berm, and then it did push on the right-hander. Yeah. Get on the brakes harder to be able to set the car to the left. Because anytime you get on the brakes, it's going to put front end heavy and then be able to turn.
Yep.
Then the tree coming at me, the little pokey stick, about 4 inches. It was all right. You're trying to come in too hot into these. Like, if you just slow up and like just get it where you want it to be, like to slide. And then once you get it to slide, you can already set up for the next turn. And once you get it back,
slow down and like try not to come too hot into stuff.
Yeah, and you can use you can steer under brake too. Like, you can use it almost like an e-brake, like in a sense, just to get it to pitch.
Yep.
Even if you're braking going in a straight line, like, and it just kicks out a little bit, that's that much less that you have to do with the throttle.
Well, leaving Florida here, our trip got cut short a little bit. Sipes crashing in the tree and whatnot. Training for me, holy crap! I learned so much stuff. You know, the kids, they're so knowledgeable in like everything race. You know, it's like I literally have never really been taught, just basically have taught myself how to drive, which probably isn't the best thing in the world. But sitting with Gray and sitting with Banks and those laps that I did, I felt like I walked away with 10 times more knowledge than I had before. I'm gonna try to use all that knowledge and hopefully just keep learning, but I look forward to sitting there with Gray again and Banks again, and it's just all up from here on everything and learning. So headed home right now and hopefully get some driving at Pastrana Land.
So after Sipes found the only tree in Florida and ripped off the whole front corner of my brand new Maverick R, we came back here to Maryland, where now Nate is going for part 2 of his training for Nitrocross. And this whole course is lined with safety trees. So if you can dodge a tree, you can dodge a barrier.
Safety and trees don't make sense to me, but I'll try to dodge as good as I can.
Please dodge the trees.
All right. How does a Maverick R not have a Top Gun paint job on it?
Good call. What? Should we have a Top Gun paint job?
We need a Top Gun paint job.
And then one can be Goose, one can be Iceman. I wouldn't want to be Goose. He doesn't make it to the end of the movie.
Jesus.
And on that note, let's go drive. What do you think the chances are you're not gonna have to do work tonight?
I'd say about 50-50.
It's 50-50. Maybe good day, maybe bad day.
Armageddon. So, okay, we have a thing over here where someone says a movie quote and you got to say what movie quote it is or you do push-ups. So really we just have people do push-ups all day. All right, buddy. So, you know, you obviously have quite a few laps around here. I know it's your first time in the 64. It's a little more...
Yeah, it is. It's this, maybe it's just the tires I was running. Rear end's looser on this machine than what I was driving.
We're gonna put Banksy in front of you. So I know you might get roosted, it might be dusty. Like that's gonna happen in the race too.
Sure.
You know the course, you know what not to hit. Yep. Go your own speed. But this is basically, we're gonna do a couple laps of you following him. Then we're gonna come in, we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about what I see from here. The course it's prime, man. It's really good. Thanks for all the help with everything.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go slow for a couple corners. Let him kind of get behind you. And then go ahead, pick up the pace. And let's do 3 laps just to kind of get a feel. And then we're gonna come in and talk about it a little bit. So he made it approximately 10 seconds before hitting a tree really hard. We should go check on him.
Car didn't last long.
He's gonna say he can't see where he was going, but you gotta look above the dust to get a good view of the trees. You okay, buddy?
I'm fine. The machine's probably not, but...
Lesson 1, when you're in the dust, you gotta look and find different visuals. So when you can't see in front of you, I know, almost straight up though, you've got a reference of the trees. So in races, you'll have times that you're completely blind because you'll have tear-offs, you won't be able to get it.
Yep.
There's always exterior markers. There's always stuff to look at. So here it's pretty easy because you got this, you can see this tree from way back. Oh yes. It's snappy.
Oh, we mangled the whole front end. Not just one side.
I haven't heard Hubert cuss in a while, but I haven't heard him laugh either, so that's a double.
Oh, it's
the other one too.
It's funny to a certain point.
How's the suspension?
She's gonna be running a little loose.
So, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I kind of made a joke, if you can dodge a tree, you can dodge like the cones and the safer barriers.
I didn't dodge a tree.
The cones have hard life coming. If that's the case.
This one even had a big sign on it.
A reflective sign is that.
Thanks.
All right, let's get that Kubota out here so we can get this off so we can go do some stuff. And while we're doing that, let's actually a little bit of kind of, not classroom stuff, but shop stuff.
Yeah.
Just if you can, and we'll start talking through a couple things.
You know how you teach people to backflip? You start them off with the little 110 first and they slowly move up?
Oh, should we?
You just started him on a 450. Maybe he should have started in the Defender.
No.
Learned how to drive the Defender and then moved up.
Remember what happened to the last person that tried to run the Defender on that track?
It was in the middle of the night and they were wearing night vision goggles.
Okay, so I get it. Start them slower during the day.
Uh-huh.
No night vision goggles.
Uh-huh.
And maybe, we don't have the time. We just don't, we got 2 weeks before the race.
Right to 450 class.
Let's go, 450s. All right, so you're gonna need a spotter. Okay. So we'll basically have to get your helmets wired and we'll have someone.
Why didn't we do the spotter thing before I went into the woods?
Turn right, turn right. No, I mean, the gist is when you're going in the first turn or something and you're a couple wide, you're not gonna be able to see behind you. So a lot of times you'll just go, and if someone says, so your spotter says inside, he's not telling you go inside. He's telling you that there's a car, and you'll go up in the spotter's tower and you'll see where they
have an actual tower.
Actual tower. You can see where they can see well and where they're guessing.
It's a lot of guessing.
When I first started with rally, the hardest thing for me was when I got in a oh shit situation and I was about to fly off a 100-foot cliff. My spotter or co-driver would keep talking, and we'd come out of that section and somehow would survive. And I'm going 120 miles an hour and there's a blind crest, and I had just blacked, like completely, not blacked out, but like blocked them out from everything they were saying. And I'm about to go over the next hill, and I'm like, repeat, what was this? But in this, it's really helpful to be able to process that. But sometimes you only need a spotter to, if he's talking to you or she's talking to you, it's only when you really need to know something. Like I like lap times, I like splits, I like where I'm gaining, where I'm losing, I like all the information at all times. Yeah, so sorry, but we'll go back out there and try. We'll try this one. It's a little wider than the course. Machinery between the greenery.
Yep.
Good luck. Take 2. So I'm gonna be following you in the 4-seater. We'll get Pastrana. You good to be passenger again?
With you or him?
Good luck.
How'd you tell me good luck?
Because you got the scariest job when you're sitting next to the driver in the dust. Really good through here, man.
Don't give him no credit yet.
All right.
He already hit a tree. No credit till it's earned.
Oh, we're getting pulled over.
Shit.
Banks beats that little thing like it owes him money. And I mean, and it's got factory arms on the front of it, and like he hasn't folded it, he's just powered down.
I love the.
That's what I'm saying. It's comfortable.
I love the
He
pink
knows
tires.
exactly where his point is, and it's still further away.
So this is what everybody is like. I'm a good driver. I drive. I kick your butt. This guy goes out. He gets second. He beats Matt Crafton. He beats Amanda Sorensen. Gray Leadbetter. Sorry. You flat crush all these corners up here.
Yep.
It was like I could see the inside 2 wheels kind of up, but you seem like you had a good balance of where it was. Your setups are so good.
Yep.
You're not always going to have a chance to drive your line. So for instance, when the corner blew out, the left, in the back in the sandier section. So you need to learn. You need to always be thinking, what did that blow out the time before? Because if it was close to blowing out, or you lost your line?
I lost my this very last lap that I did. I blew right through that corner. I was like, damn, okay.
But you could have, the lap before, I thought, this isn't going to hold another lap. So I was already setting up for that to have blown out.
Gotcha.
So instead of just driving the corner expecting to be the same, every lap you're thinking, what is this corner going to be like after 12 more people drive through? In Nitrocross, you'll have pavement, you'll have dirt, and when they water it, your first lap, it's going to be ice. But in your second and third lap, you got all the traction in the world, and all of a sudden you're starting to, where you can throw it in before you're going to start, you're going to start bicycling. And then by the end, you can throw it in again because it's, but you also have to watch where the holes are, and is this going to catch you? So I think the biggest thing for you can drive, you've got speed, but it's to just start opening your mind to what's around. And if you're coming up to someone, instead of just, you're like, oh, I always catch them right here. Well, if you always catch them right there, maybe set yourself back a little bit so you can get a drive through to the next straightaway. So it's just think further ahead, the jumps. So I was behind you, I said, I'm making a lot of time down this jump straightaway. So the next time you tried to you didn't hit your brakes, so you just flew the jump super far. And then I still made time on you. So wide open into it,
yeah.
brakes on, and right as the front tire's coming off, let go of the brakes so it kind of helps it fly flat.
Gotcha.
But if you're still on the brakes over the top, you're gonna have a big buck.
Understood, yeah.
But you can gain, I mean, it's a car length before every one of these jumps. So if I'm 4 car lengths back, I'm on your bumper coming in this corner.
Oh, we should probably work on the Joker lap. That got a little hairy.
Why is yours smoking?
That's hot.
It's hot. What's hot?
Everything. Brakes, engine. So they can't hold up to that Maverick. No.
This thing is sick. Yeah. Like you gotta drive a hot lap in that like right now.
I will actually. I want to drive a hot lap, put it against yours, not for, but just
understood.
Hey, look, you're faster here, I'm faster there, whatever. Yeah. But just so we can kind of go over that. That's actually a good idea. Yeah. You want to do a hot lap too? All right. We should all do a hot lap.
I've done the ones that I want to do.
He's out.
I'm out. I don't want to like. I feel good because it was awesome. Like where I was at, I was like, this is amazing. But if I get back in that now, I'm like, I'm gonna beat these motherfuckers. Like that's not gonna be.
We're gonna take your best lap and we're gonna compare.
We're just making like Mario Kart and put one at each corner and then play them all together.
That's actually not a bad idea. Cody, can we do that?
I feel like I exponentially am getting faster just because of like each of you have said something that like has made my driving like better every time. It felt freaking awesome, man.
Dropping the hammer, Harry.
It was good. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm stoked.
Dude, I cannot wait to see you out there. Nitrocross Richmond, kick it off, man.
I can't wait, man.
You got a brand new vehicle. Let's have some fun.
Hell yeah.
Son, I love thrills like a middle school crush. If I can't die, there ain't no adrenaline rush. Watch me fly by through the sky on my dirt bike, reppin' 199, cause I'm coming in clutch. Seem like 99, I've been here, couple big nuts. Seem like since then, every year, couple big cups, couple big